Have you ever felt misunderstood or wrongly accused? It's a terrible feeling, isn't it? Let me tell you a story about a little boy named Leo, a giant teddy bear, and a moment that changed everything. It all started at the county fair. The air was thick with the sweet smell of cotton candy and the excited shouts of people having fun. Leo, with eyes wide with determination, was at the ring toss game. He had his heart set on the biggest prize, a giant fluffy teddy bear that was almost as tall as he was. He took a deep breath, focused, and threw the ring. It sailed through the air and landed perfectly around the neck of the bottle. He'd won. His face lit up with pure joy as the game operator handed him the massive teddy bear. He hugged it tight, his small arms barely wrapping around its fluffy tummy. But then something shifted. The judge overseeing the games, a stern-looking man with a clipboard, walked over. He looked at the perfectly landed ring, then at Leo, his eyes narrowing with suspicion. "That was a little too perfect," he muttered, just loud enough for those nearby to hear. Suddenly, the happy atmosphere turned tense. Whispers started rippling through the small crowd that had gathered. "Did you see that? No way a kid could make that shot. He must have cheated." The words, like little daggers, flew through the air and found their mark in Leo's heart. The joy on Leo's face vanished, replaced by a storm of confusion and hurt. He looked at the giant teddy bear, which now felt heavy and wrong in his arms. He looked at the suspicious faces in the crowd, their whispers growing louder. Tears welled up in his eyes, blurring the colorful lights of the fair. He started to cry, not loud sobs, but silent, heartbreaking tears that streamed down his cheeks. "They think I'm a liar," he whispered to his grandma, who had been cheering for him just moments before. The prize he had won with a perfect shot now felt like a badge of shame. The happy day had turned into a nightmare. He just wanted to disappear, to run away from all the judging eyes and hurtful whispers. His grandma wrapped a comforting arm around his shaking shoulders. She saw his pain, the injustice of the accusation, and she knew exactly what he needed. She pulled him a little closer, away from the prying eyes of the crowd, and spoke softly, her voice a calm anchor in his emotional storm. She reminded him of a verse from the Bible, Psalm 23, verse 4. "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me," she explained. "Leo, right now feels like a dark valley. It's scary and it's unfair, but God is right here with you. He knows your heart, and he knows the truth." Her words were like a soothing balm on his wounded spirit. They found a quiet bench, away from the noise of the game stall. Grandma held his small hand in hers and said, "Let's pray about this. Let's ask God for help." And so they did. With his head bowed, Leo whispered a simple, heartfelt prayer. "Lord, you saw what happened. Please help them see the truth. I don't want them to think I'm a cheater. Please help me be brave." In that quiet moment of prayer, a sense of peace began to settle over Leo. The fear and shame didn't disappear completely, but a new feeling started to grow in its place. Courage. He knew what he had to do. With newfound resolve, Leo stood up, wiped his tears, and walked back towards the game stall, his grandma right by his side. He walked straight up to the stern-faced judge. His voice was small but steady. "Sir," he said, "I didn't cheat, but I can do it again to show you." The judge looked surprised, taken aback by the boy's directness and honesty. The crowd, which had started to disperse, gathered again, intrigued. The judge considered for a moment, then nodded. "All right, kid, show me." So Leo took another ring. The world seemed to fade away. All the noise, all the faces, all the pressure disappeared. It was just him, the ring, and the bottle. He took the same deep breath, focused just as he had before, and let the ring fly. It soared through the air in a perfect arc, and clink. It landed, once again, perfectly around the neck of the bottle. A collective gasp went through the crowd, followed by a moment of stunned silence. The judge's stern expression completely melted away. A slow smile spread across his face. He looked at Leo, not with suspicion, but with genuine admiration. "Well, I'll be," he boomed, his voice now full of warmth. "You really are a champion." He turned to the crowd and announced, "We have a true winner here. A boy of not just skill, but incredible honesty." He then walked behind the counter and brought out an even bigger prize, a giant rainbow-colored unicorn, more magnificent than any other prize at the fair. "For your skill," the judge said, handing Leo his original teddy bear, "and this, for your integrity." Leo was now holding not one, but two giant prizes, his smile bigger and brighter than ever before. He wasn't just a winner. He was a hero. The crowd erupted into cheers. This time, there were no whispers, only applause and shouts of encouragement. People were patting him on the back, telling him how proud they were. They weren't just impressed by his amazing throw. They were inspired by his courage and his unwavering honesty. Leo's grandma beamed with pride, her eyes twinkling. The shame he had felt just a short while ago was completely washed away, replaced by an overwhelming sense of joy and honor. He had faced a moment of darkness, a false accusation, but by holding on to the truth and having a little faith, he had come out into the light, shining brighter than before. This story about Leo isn't just about a county fair game. It's a powerful reminder for all of us. There will be times in our lives when we feel afraid, misunderstood, or even falsely accused. It can feel like we're in a dark valley, just like Leo did. In those moments, it's easy to want to hide or let the shame win. But Leo's story shows us a better way. When we lean on our faith, when we choose honesty even when it's hard, God can turn our moments of shame into something far greater. He can turn them into moments of honor. Truth has a special kind of power. It might not always be the easiest path, but it's the path that leads to true victory, the kind that fills your heart with a peace and joy that no one can take away. So be brave, be honest, and have hope. God is with you, and He can turn any situation around for your good and His glory. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more uplifting content. Remember, in every challenge, there's an opportunity for your light to shine.